All right. Welcome to the Binary Sunset Podcast, episode 25.
I was about to ask. I really lost count.
We're at the point where we're gonna start losing track.
I know. We're at almost our age.
That's right.
26.
Yeah, we're getting pretty far.
Time flies.
It really does. I'm still having fun.
I am too. When did we start this? When is
September?
This turn. Okay, all right. So we're far from it turning a year old, but not too far.
Well, we got what? How many months? June, July,
Four?
August. 3 months.
3 months. Wow. Maybe not. Okay.
So we've been doing this for 9 months, dude.
9 months. Wow.
That's insane.
That is insane.
It really doesn't feel like that long, but
No.
that's because we're having so much fun.
This feels like it's in its own little other world, though.
Yeah, kind of.
So, anyway, let's talk about
let's talk about the new Bad Batch episode.
the Bad Beach.
The Bad Batch.
The Bad Beach.
This one was a really good episode. I really liked this one.
Interesting, and it wasn't filler?
Did you not?
I'm joking.
No, it was not.
It
was not.
I
filler.
have enjoyed every single episode. Honestly, there's not
Yeah.
one episode that I'm like, oh, this sucks. So yeah, I like.
No, me neither. But I did like this one more than the last few weeks. I think.
Sure.
Yeah, especially because of all the cool Easter eggs and returning characters, and I guess we could just, obviously, spoiler alert. If you're listening to this, I assume you're coming in after watching it, but if not, then I'd suggest either watching it or brace yourself. So Rex is back.
Yeah, let's break it down real quick. It's pretty easy. Basically what happens is that, bam, we're back in Sid's cafe restaurant. What is it? A bar? Is it a restaurant?
I think it's a bar.
It's a bar. Yeah. Sid's bar. And the Bad Batch are there, and they're arguing about how much. Or no, sorry. I guess technically we start into the action. We start right away into the action when the Bad Batch are being pursued by it's like a space chase in outer space. They're trying to go to hyperdrive, and it's
a classic Star Wars moment. Yeah. Hyperdrive's not working.
Hyperdrive's not working.
Being chased, gotta fix it.
And they fix it.
Who are they being chased by the way? Do we know?
It's just the bad guys from their previous mission, but okay. I don't think we know.
Sure.
But yeah, then we jump to Sid's, and Sid and the Bad Batch are arguing about how much they get paid. And then we hear when they're
they realize that they have a lot of other expenses, including
Sid is
but they also realize that there's like a lot of money going towards snacks.
Yeah.
Which is that the same? So because Wrecker and Omega going after missions, they like to get this snack called
it's popcorn.
Mantel
popcorn.
Mantel. No, but is it the same popcorn mix that they sell at Galaxy's Edge? It looks really similar.
You're probably right. I was just craving Garrett's
synergy.
I was craving Garrett's Chicago popcorn a lot.
That's what it looked like
the entire time. Yeah. You're probably right about that. They're
subliminal advertisement.
They are arguing about how much you're getting paid, and then bam, they hear shots, and then it turns out one of the mysterious people that is in Sid's bar is actually Rex, and Rex is there. And
it's a cool. I always love those moments in Star Wars where there's a hooded figure, a hero, in the shadows, making a triumphant return. It's always my favorite.
I was looking on our Instagram feed for our account. Follow us, by the way, if you don't. And
at Binary Sunset Podcast.
Exactly. And there was a lot of similarities between that scene when Rex fires a few shots as a hooded figure at first. They don't know who he is. That scene compares a lot to the first Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
is it Aragorn who's dressed up in a hooded like in this like bar or this pub, if you will, in Middle Earth, and then the hobbits are kind of running around and trying to figure out who he is, and then it turns out, oh, he's a good guy, he's not a bad guy. Similar thing. So yeah, Rex is there. Long story short, he's like, well, I can't believe you still have the chips in your brain. Well,
because Wrecker once again is like complaining of a headache.
Yes. Recca is complaining Recca is complaining.
Well, he almost like drew his gun on him. Like it was a very tense moment. I didn't really you're a threat to everybody here if you don't have your chip out.
I thought it was a little bit dramatic, but hey, I guess I thought
it was cool.
I don't live in a galaxy.
Because it is serious. I mean, they literally overthrew the galaxy's government. So
anyway, long story short, Rex takes all the clones to this kind of graveyard of Republic ships, and they kind of have to run around this graveyard of Republic ships. It reminded me, even though I didn't finish the game,
it's the same
Jedi,
planet.
It's the same. Okay, that's why.
Yeah, it's called Brock. I was just gonna say Bracca is the planet. It's the same planet.
It's the same mission at the beginning of Jedi Fallen Order when
all the Venator class Star Destroyers.
Yeah, Cal has to jump across all these different destroyed Star Destroyers, and they're being kind of recycled, if you will. But
I wonder if Cal was. No, I'm just joking. It'd be funny if he was one of those. Well, we'll get to it, but those people that work there.
Then they're trying to cross, and then was it a Sarlacc? Like that was
that was so. Apparently, I don't
a giant
know if this
monster
was like
basically
confirmed, but it's the same monster. It's the Dianoga from A New Hope.
A New Hope. Okay, that also I had thoughts of that. A monster. Basically tries to eat Wrecker, and the monster does not succeed. It's a fun moment.
It's a scrape. Getting out of scrape,
Yeah, getting out of scrape. And
Star Wars scrape.
They go into this broken down ship, and then they start basically getting prepared to get the chips. This machine, it's basically like a scanner that just takes the chips out of them, out of their brains, their heads, and when Tech is prepping Wrecker to basically take out the chip, Wrecker then just suddenly changes, and he's like, good soldiers follow orders, and then he tries to basically kill everybody, and he basically bests everybody, and then it looks like Wrecker is about to kill Omega, and then Rex saves them, basically just knocks out.
He stuns him.
Yeah, with a stun gun. Rex stuns Wrecker, and then basically that's it. Then Wrecker wakes up. He has remorse about what he did after he gets his chip taken off of him, and then all the other clones start to prep to take the chips out as well. However, then this episode kind of ends at a cliffhanger because Rex just randomly decides to leave.
He just walks into like a bunch of mist.
Yeah, he walks into a bunch of mist, and then off in the distance.
The next episode, he's not gone. Like the next episode, they're gonna have to fight the Empire, and he's gonna still be he's gonna have to fight with them to get out off the planet.
Before he leaves, he asks he asks Hunter if him and his crew will join the rebellion.
Basically,
which he justifies as basically it was not the old Republic, but the Republic that was left behind from the Empire. And then off in the distance, we see that it could be bounty hunters. It could be, we don't know who. It looks like they're about to go in and try to capture Omega or cause trouble for Clone Force. So,
well, those are the people that just work there, I think.
Is it okay? I didn't.
Yeah, and then just there's a contact the Empire. We have intruders, whatever.
Okay,
but so okay. So overall, I loved this episode, and there's a lot of moments that I'd like to talk about.
Okay.
Starting with the beginning of the episode. Which was a very funny joke that I probably shouldn't have laughed as hard as I did, but when Sid said, that's a weird looking lizard.
Oh.
When she looked into the cage.
I didn't even think about that.
And
the
I was
lizard,
like, aren't you a weird looking lizard?
For the context, the lizard is the thing that they
captured at the beginning.
That was the mission.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm gonna make a meme of that for sure.
All right.
I was actually gonna do that this morning. I didn't have enough time. But so there's that. The next thing I pointed out was that, because very shortly after Rex arrives, but this was one of my probably my only problem with the episode, which is that that whole like reunion between him and not just like the Bad Batch, but specifically him and Echo, like was not played out as much as I thought it would, as much as I thought it should be, because it should have been way more like, because Echo and Rex are like old friends,
sure,
right? They go back a long time, and have been through a lot together. And I all you kind of get is like Echo being like, Rex, and then it cuts and he's like, yeah, so that's what I was doing the whole Clone War. And it's like, okay, or like after the Clone Wars and when the Empire took over, it's like I think there should have been more like more of a tender moment, or just just hold on to it a little longer. But yeah, besides that, I liked it. And then what else? I love the popcorn stuff. I love Wrecker and
man, I need some Garrett's popcorn.
Some caramel corn, some cheddar and caramel.
Yeah, cheddar and caramel.
Now I'm hungry.
If you're ever in Chicago and you're craving popcorn, Garrett's is a popcorn establishment that serves up great gourmet popcorn. Anyway, Chicago. Keep on going.
I really like Omega and Wrecker's relationship. Like they're basically just two. He's a big kid and she's a kid, and they just work so well together.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to point out is that, because this episode basically tests their relationship. It starts out with them obviously being like really good friends. Later on, he's basically about to kill her.
Yeah.
And regardless of anything, she's like she doesn't like abandon him. Even though he attempted to like hurt her and everything, and it was super scary for her, she still stuck by his side when they knocked him out. She's like, I'm not leaving his side till he gets this chip out. And I wanted to point, like, there's something that like when I was watching it that I wanted to point out, which was, Wrecker, for this whole, not only this, but just like not only the Bad Batch, but just like even in Clone Wars season 7, he's always been this kind of like big cuddly buffoon. And it's like, oh, he's funny. He likes to bang stuff. And well, I said that. No, he likes to wreck stuff. Well, even
he's
that.
Wrecker.
But he's just like a big cuddly bear in a way.
Yeah.
But when he turned and his inhibitor chip was initiated, you saw like what a threat he really. I mean, he's a beast.
Yeah.
And he's very dangerous. Like when he's like after you, he's incredibly dangerous.
Reminded me of him in the first episode, because like he's incredibly lethal in the first episode.
Yeah.
He's less clumsy when he has his inhibitor chip activated, though.
He's very much like just like a. I mean, like any other clone, he's a cold-blooded killer, but he's just like specifically just like an incredible threat.
Yep.
To anybody who stands in his way. So yeah, like I for the first time I was actually kind of like scared that Wrecker was gonna do something really bad. I thought there was gonna be a big kind of like loss maybe, or a twist that would have happened, like with one of the characters, and maybe like he kills one of them or something. But that didn't happen. They pretty much just got the whole inhibitor chip thing done with. Like they just like, there's like, all right, let's just take them out. So they're all out now.
Remind me though, did they like, are they all out, or was it like is it implied that time passed by?
Yes.
I forgot.
It was just a montage of them all getting their things
got
out.
It.
So
it's been a while.
So now they're fine. So they're fine now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then what? I'm trying to think of what else. There was a really nice moment where Rex kind of just like takes a second and looks at his helmet,
Mm-hmm.
which is, in a way, I feel like the audience kind of looked at Rex the way he looked at his helmet in a very nostalgic way. Like, it's looking back at better times, a familiar face.
Sure.
I liked that. And, yeah, and then he just kind of, him and Hunter, I feel like him and Hunter are really similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah. They're both leaders,
They're both competent leaders, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of just ends. He kind of walks off into the mist.
I feel like he won't be back. I feel like they'll just be.
Oh, he'll for sure be back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the next episode, you think in the next?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think so. Of course, I might be wrong. This is just my prediction. Is that I think at the top of the episode, the Empire comes. Rex hasn't left yet. They have to, reconnect and join up together to fight off to escape the planet together on the same ship, probably. And that's gonna be the whole episode or something. I don't know, but yeah. This one was a little longer than the previous one. So it finally broke the.
I was about to say that. Yeah, it
finally broke the mold that you were.
It was 27 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
it's
over,
a decently paced episode.
Yeah.
Anything else that I'm missing? Like, is anything you want to talk about? Or?
Not really. I mean, I'd say this is one of the most straightforward episodes. Like, not a lot happens in the sense of like, and not in a bad way. Like,
yeah,
it's not complex. Like, they're not really world building. Everything that we're kind of exploring has already been explored for the most part. It's just now that like we're on this planet that we played in a video game, we're like after like several episodes of them talking about how important an inhibitor chip is to be taken out, and then also we have Rex come back. I mean, yeah, like everybody. This episode doesn't really add anything new. I don't think it just builds upon what's been made already. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Another thing that I thought about was that like I've thought for sure, like when like Rex left and he's like, I'll be in contact or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in the middle of the episode or whatever, or in the beginning of the episode, to like figure out like what they have to do. It was like, I thought for sure like on their way to get like in that interim, like on their way to go to the planet that he told them to meet them at, like that something bad was gonna happen, but nothing bad happened.
No,
I was like, oh, if there's a time for that to happen, it's like at that point. But yeah, it all that whole like threat of the inhibitor chip is kind of tied up with a bow.
Yeah.
Unless something went wrong and we don't know, and later down the line. But I was still honestly okay. I will say one thing. I for a split second thought that when Omega was being hunted by Wrecker, she was gonna like pull out some force thing in desperation.
Oh.
I'm glad that I am glad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too soon for that.
I feel like the stakes are not built enough.
Yes.
For it, so.
Yeah.
She's gonna force heal.
Oh god. Yeah, you mean the thing that Palpatine spent centuries trying to figure out?
Well, this would fit in because technically Palpatine was a clone. Technically, this is all surrounding the whole cloning. So yeah, could be just people on Camino just playing with midichlorians. And
do you think Palpatine got like Kaminoans to help him
dude,
clone himself?
I don't want to talk about it. Still hate that so much. Honestly, probably yes, and it would that would have been
that would have been cool.
It'd be a nice way to tie the bow. It'd be nice. They could still tie it in. Honestly, maybe all the people on was it Exegol where he was on?
Exegol. I hate that name so much.
Seagull, Exegol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe all those people were just from Camino.
Yeah.
And help clone him. I don't know.
Who knows? But there's a couple. So unless there's anything else that you want to talk about the episode,
yeah.
Are you good with that then?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about, like just in terms of like Star Wars news that came out this week.
Okay.
Not necessarily like anything groundbreaking or whatever.
I really do enjoy when you say this or when you share like what Star Wars news is happening, because I probably have heard it too. I just don't know what's real and stupid shit I hear and see on Facebook or online, which is just like, oh, this could be happening. So
well, I know for sure that director Krennic has been
yes.
Oh, what's his name?
Krennic. Ben something.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn's been recast as Director Krennic in the Andor series,
and that's fun. I love Director Krennic. He was one of my favorite parts.
I'm glad. I think he needed to be in there.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's just a fun bad guy.
And then I know. So, also, I don't know if you saw like, the Pedro Pascal and Ewan McGregor actors on actors thing.
I did. I did not watch it, but I saw. I mean, I didn't watch.
I didn't watch the whole thing either. I just saw some clips.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor couldn't remember if he had ever acted with a stormtrooper before, and he's like, no, it was just clone trooper. I had to ask somebody, like, no, I've never. It was just clone troopers. I've never. So he's like, I felt like a 4-year-old, like, being next to a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
That was nice.
Because growing up, he was a kid when the original trilogy came out, so
his uncle.
And his uncle, yep.
Was Wedge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Wedge.
What's his name? Oh God,
I
always forget. Like when it counts, I always remember when it doesn't count. But then the second I turn to record on a podcast for Star Wars, I seem to remember all important details.
It's fine, but yeah.
Anyway, so like that was pretty funny, and I don't know if it was in that interview, or Pedro said that like they weren't filming for Mandalorian season 3 yet. Which has people like kind of worried, but and then I'm not sure if it was in that interview or like something else, like somebody on the inside like said that like basically Book of Boba Fett's gonna be like season 2.5 of the Mandalorian.
Sure.
Which I don't know if that's like
they have been filming that, so I feel like that's why. Honestly, that's fine. Like, it's better for everything. Like, the stuff does not need to be rushed. So,
no. If like waiting serves the story and like allows them to like, like write it the right way.
Yeah.
Then absolutely, I'll wait 10 years for the season 3. Like I don't care. Like
as
long as it's good, I don't want
a little overkill, but
well, you know what I'm saying though. Like I don't really care about how long it takes.
Yeah.
Personally, the thing that I am most excited for, and I think I'm pretty sure I've said this on this podcast before, many times, is Obi-Wan.
Yeah, same.
Obi-Wan, like hands down, the most exciting project upcoming for me.
It's just, it's like a win-win. There's no loss too. Like the thing is like
they better do him right though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it could be bad, but I don't think like they have a good record so
obviously,
far.
But there is the chance. There's always the chance. We didn't think episode 9 was gonna be bad, but
yeah, no, that's true. There's the chance, but I mean, the memes are gonna be good. The character development's gonna be good. The action's gonna be good. Hopefully. Like I have full. Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, and I think, you can do a lot with it. You can do a lot with it.
Sure.
It's kind of just an open world to play in. God, I'd love to have a chance. I would have loved the chance to have explored Obi-Wan before A New Hope. That would have been so much fun. Like, cause I know, like in my mind, like just like, growing up, like of the stories, I would have thought that like Obi-Wan went on like taking care of Luke and stuff, or like looking after him and stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm super excited because I want to see what they came up with.
Obi-Wan was a creep, just looking at Luke the entire time. TBT to that article.
That was that article. Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm glad I forgot about it, but thanks for reminding me.
That article we talked about. It was why Obi-Wan may be the worst person in all of Star Wars, which is
because he basically forced Luke into becoming, which is ridiculous.
A child soldier. All right.
Whatever. We'll get back to those Starticle wars soon.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Once Bad Batch is over, we're gonna have a lot of.
Yeah, I was about to say. I feel like there'll be a lot of good stuff, just like off. Just
yeah. Well, we gotta do some work and kind of sit down and plan out our strategy for. We've been spoiled by Bad Batch giving us constant content, so
yeah, we'll be spoiled for a while though too, so we're good.
Yeah, we got how many? So this is 7 of. So we have what, eight more?
Yeah, dude.
Or no, 9 more because there's 16, right?
We're not even halfway.
So we got 9 more episodes. We got 9 more weeks. About 2 more months of
Yep.
Of this stuff. So anyway, that concludes the episode. Thanks for listening. And or watching if you're on YouTube. Please follow us on Instagram at Binary Sunset Podcast. Nope, that's not. That's a website.
.com.
Follow us at Binary Sunset Podcast. Full stop. If you haven't already, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. We appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.